This tutorial is going to show you the steps involved in setting up an intelligent agent, which is a tool in Brightspace that will send you automatic notifications when students complete certain tasks, such as discussion board posts. So in order to set up intelligent agents, we're going to start in the course admin panel. We're going to look here for intelligent agents. It's one of our communication tools. And we're going to create a new intelligent agent for every type of task that we want to be notified for. We're going to select New. I'm going to name this, and in this case I do want to be notified for discussions. Students in this particular course need to post 3 times before it's ready for grading. But students are progressing through the course at their own pace. It can be a little bit difficult for an instructor to know when a student is really ready for grading. So I've named it. It is enabled, which means as soon as we save this, it will be ready to run. I want this to apply to everyone in the class list. And we've got some other interesting options here. These might be a little bit more useful for student support purposes, checking in to see has a student logged in on a regular basis, and if not, student support can be automatically notified. But we want to use the release conditions. We're going to create and attach a release condition to the discussion board posts. So we're going to select, and here's our big list of options. We want posts authored in a topic for the discussions. And we need to do this for each discussion that we want to be notified for. So I'm starting with the introduction and video practice. A student needs to do 3 posts total. They don't need to be new threads. We want threads and replies. So the student makes their initial post, their new thread, and then they reply to 2 others. There we go. Right? So that's our release criteria. We want to be notified only the first time. If a student makes 18 posts, we don't need to be notified every time. We just need to know when they've hit that first 3. Then we want to be notified in order to grade. And we're going to have it send an email. You can choose what email address you have this sent to. You can send it to your personal email if that is what you prefer, or you can have it sent to your Brightspace email. And that makes it so that your normal email inbox doesn't get cluttered with these notifications. You'll just see them whenever you enter your course. So I've entered my email address. For the subject, we've got this little menu here that says, what replace strings can I use? A replace string is a little piece of code that Brightspace will use and fill in that information. And this is particularly helpful because I can pull a replace string that includes the username of the initiating user. The initiating user is the student. They're the ones who initiated this action that we're now grading. Right? So this will come across, Joe Smith has discussions ready to grade when it appears in my email inbox. All right. The other thing that I like to do, just to make it a little bit easier for myself, is we can link in the message of our intelligent agent. We can link the discussion that this goes to. So if we select the link and then discussions, course discussions, and right there. All right. So now when I get the email, I can click on that and be taken directly to that discussion forum. We need to schedule this. It won't operate, it won't run unless you tell it how often to run. So yes, we do want to use a schedule. And I like to have it run daily, run every day, every 1 day, And it has, you can set this to have start dates and end dates. I don't think that's necessary for our purposes. I'm just going to start this running today and it will do its thing. We're going to select update. And then that is it. So we can save and close. We've created it. And here it is. It's ready to go. Now I have 4 more of these to do. I'm going to copy this one. Now I have a copy. I need to go into that copy to make a few changes, but for the most part, my settings will carry over. Copy of discussion 1. So now this is going to be pathway response 1 is ready for grading. That's the name of the first content-based discussion. I need to enable it. This was done by default with our first one, but when it copies, we need to select that. All users in the class list, again, this is all good, this is all good. We need to change our release conditions. We need to now associate it with that next discussion post. Again, posts authored in a topic. The discussion in this case is pathway response number 1. Still 3 posts and threads and replies. Create. And we're going to get rid of that first one because we don't want that one associated with this particular intelligent agent. First time, but see, it kept my email address, it kept my initiating user string. Now I want to get rid of this one, and I want to link in our second discussion, that pathway response number 1. Right. And then same thing, we've got our schedule has been established already, and that's all set. Right. Okay. And so I would copy this a couple more times to make sure that I've covered all of the discussion posts that I want to be notified in this way. Once I've set up the intelligent agents, I can check for them when I check my email. So I'm in my email pane here, and I am filtering. There are no messages to display. This is the master template. There's no student work to show, but if I change my filter to show all messages, then we'll be able to see some from my other courses. So here's a test that I did, and we can see when work is ready to be graded, and that's exactly what that looks like. I hope this was a helpful tutorial.